people can drive up right here to the front of the church. So the idea is, and it's a little way, every day and every week is different, but what we're planning for at the moment would be to have people drive in. I've got purple gloves for Lent, and we got long swabs. So they look like a coronavirus testing facility. But the way that we're kind of currently approaching it is that people would drive in, stay in their car, roll down their window. I would take a swab, and one swab per person, and do the ashes with the swab, do it on their forehead, bless them. And then, often with ashes to go, like if you're at a train station or somewhere like that, you would sometimes have something you could hand out to people, like a pamphlet about Lent, about their church. And we're going to do something like that. Recently, somebody recommended a really good website called Vibrant Church Communications, which is, I think, just one Presbyterian pastor that has a really great sense of theology and design. And we're going to hand out a booklet on Lenten micro practices to everybody as they come through. And then I think our Christian Ed folks are working on Lenten bags for different age groups. Mainly been focused on the, I guess, worship side of things so far. I mean, so we're not going to do a midweek service, but we are going to do a 1-year COVID service. So I think the 1-year anniversary of the lockdown is going to be very difficult because it's like a year. We've been doing this for a year, and all the news articles that are gonna, it's going to be tough. So we're building stuff around that so that people could come and write prayers on ribbons and tie them here at the front of the church. And we're going to do a Wednesday evening service to commemorate it. I think we're going to get a tree for our memorial garden and put that in. So like that's like the second or third week of Lent. So we're trying to kind of build out around that thus far. And, we've got some ideas for encouraging people to bake their own bread for Monday, Thursday, and Easter for Holy Week, and getting a simple recipe out to people for that. So we're trying to kind of think about ways to engage with people in sort of the tactile parts of Holy Week, which is such a wonderful and important thing, and we risk missing out on. We might have some special, adult ed programming, but I'm not sure about that yet. Boy, it was so different because Friday night we do a Tenebrae service, and thinking like, okay, so you read, sing, or read video, and like, what are we going to do? What are we going to show? And then we do this very traditional here. Well, I mean, traditional for like the last, 10 or 15 years, there's been like a teen crucifixion drama at the end. And I had people send me pictures so I could put that to music and try to create some sort of replica of that. And, I don't know that we're going to try anything, try it. Maybe we'll show that again this year. I don't know what we'll do. But, it did force us, like, I remember that experience in particular did force us to look for inspiration in different places. Because when you have 7 slots of things you've got to fill, and you don't have all of the usual things at your disposal, what are you going to do? I used a piece of artwork I'd found on a trip to Savannah, a poem by David White, who I've kind of encountered during the pandemic, who's a wonderful video of his that he shared. So we definitely had to go looking for more inspiration, and and encouraging people to do things at their homes, like create altars at home. I remember, like, for the first Easter was the first time we did online communion. So to kind of set a sacred space in their homes, I invited everybody to create like a little altar, which they kind of kept through Holy Week. So like, what are the what things do translate to over screen, as best possible, as best they can, and what things don't, and how do you try to account for those things with people at home?
Yeah, that's the challenge we're all struggling with these days.
Right. It's like that. Your questions about, like, you're thinking about how does this come across online versus in person, and overhearing conversations. And it's the same idea. It's like, well, it's not going to work for me to have you watch me wash my feet in some way, or like it's like, or why not let other people to wash their feet, wash their hands, wash each other's feet or hands,
Hmm.
so, or bake bread, preferably not at the same time.
But you could bake bread during church. That would
Oh yeah,
work.
I think I think some people are doing that now, and I mean, how cool is that?